and let me know what you come up with.
Eleven.
All right. Yeah, let me that is correct. Let me just show the steps in case you want to look at that later. You add 8x to both sides, subtract 14, and then that 22 equals 2x. So x equals 11. All right. Doing great. From last time, we talked a little bit about this idea that sometimes they give you a problem that has no solution or all solutions. So we're going to just review that next. Here's a question. And so the two kind of non-numerical answers are the empty set. So that means that's really no solution. That's when you get like 0 equals 5, like basically different numbers. And then
Right.
all real numbers is like 0 equals 0. So it's the same on both sides.
Uh, Empty set.
Yeah, this one has no solution. And it would be silly, it would be really silly in this problem to try these answers because they're not nice.
Yeah, I
So
won't
whenever you
try.
see, yeah, and that like little stuff like that is what's going to make the difference for you, in the next test. Yeah, more familiarity as well. Okay, so one or two more here before we move on to some story problems. Um, it's the same type as the previous one. Take a look at it. You may have to take a step or two to come up with the answer.
Man, what the? Um, when okay. All real numbers.
Yes. So it becomes 2h plus 16 minus h equals h plus 16, which becomes h plus 16 equals h plus 16, um, which is all real numbers. Really good. Really, really good. Okay. Um, any thoughts on that before we kind of move away from
No.
this? Do you want any more problems like this to solve?
Uh, no, it's okay.
Okay. So let's just talk a little bit about like ratios and proportions. I don't think we've done much on this front, but um, let's look at a problem here. Um, every once in a while, you will see a question where you have to convert units. So in this case, they give you yards and feet. And sometimes they don't tell you the conversion factor. So they're expecting that you know that there are, 3 feet in 1 yard, or that there's 12 inches in 1 foot. To express the ratio, you do have to convert one to the other. And it's up to you. Like you can either convert yards to feet or feet to yards. Is it clear what I'm asking you to do in this problem?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it C 2 to 5?
So which one did you convert? The 10 yards or the 12 feet?
10 yards.
So how many feet is that?
30.
So we have 30 feet to 12 feet. And then this is where it was going. You would generally write as like a 30 over 12 and then reduce
Yeah.
this fraction. So I heard answer C. Maybe that's not what you meant.
It's because I divided 30 over 12.
Right. And that becomes 2.5, right?
Yeah.
So 2.5 or 2.5 is not the same as 2 to 5. These are not the same, which is probably why it's there. Um, so just reduce this fraction and you'll get, a number on the top, a number on the bottom.
Okay. 5 to 2.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Very good on that one. So let me, all right. So this is one more of these kind of unit, they call these unit rates, which is, so now you will actually divide, and that's a problem. Let me get this, make this a little bit larger. This one you do actually divide. The units and the answers tell you which way to divide.
Pounds by weeks.
Yes. It's almost always per unit time. Time is almost always on the bottom.
Is it A?
Is A. Very good. All right. So you did the next thing we're going to do in geometry a bunch. Um, you solved some sort of a proportion. So we're gonna make this free response here. Do you remember how to solve a proportion like this?
Is it the X thing or no?
Yeah, cross multiply. Yeah.
Yeah.
Butterfly. Yeah. So could you solve that for us, please?
25.
This 25. Very good. Okay. So this all leads us into problems where you, the student, have to set up the proportion. Okay. And that's where we're going from here. Um, so I'm going to grab some problems and hopefully, hopefully, ah, so there's kind of this classic like shadow problem, but yeah, there it is. Sorry, I had so many tabs open, I'm struggling to find it. All right, here it is. This one you can use a calculator for if you would like. You will be able to estimate the answer, but so in this problem here, you have to set up some sort of a proportion. Okay. And the way you set it up is typically you put like object one in the first side, object two on the other, and then you match like the side or the shadow or you flip them. Um, so what I'd like you to do is set up the proportion first that you think is correct, and then we'll talk about it before you solve, if that's okay. Or if you just like, hey Matthew, you know what, I know how to do this problem. Like, let's go ahead and have you solve it.
The A.
Okay, so your answer is A. So
Uh-huh.
let's see. Can you tell me what you set up here for your proportion?
Um
If you did, maybe you didn't.
uh for the right, um do 32 over 19.
Okay.
And on wait, 19 foot. And then on the other side, um on the bottom one you put 216.
216 is not given in the problem.
Well, then you have to,
You convert. I'm sorry, you converted that. Yeah, that works.
yeah.
Okay. Um, so you did the right thing here, which is to convert this to feet. That's really good, but you have to remember to undo the conversion and go back to yards. All right. No, that's really good. That's exactly what I was looking for in that problem. Perfect. Okay. Let's see if we can set up the challenge is the setup. Like if you can get that right, you'll really be in good shape here. All right, this is a more challenging one. All right. Give this one a try, please.
Uh 9 foot.
Okay, what is the proportion you set up?
Um 20 over 22.5 on one side. Then on the other one, X over 8.
Okay, so is X the height or the diameter?
Diameter.
Okay,
Maybe I
so
should switch them.
so you're putting the diameter in the top. Is 20 the diameter?
Nah, switch them. My fault.
You got to switch them. Yeah. Now, do you want to recalculate your answer? It is so easy to do what you just did, and the answer will likely be there.
Uh, 9 feet.
Okay, so you get the same answer even when you switch it, or did you switch it, and then like maybe you told me wrong. I'm just trying to gauge whether you have the right answer or not.
20.
I mean, you
Okay.
do, but I
No, 8. Yeah, I get the same thing. So
yeah.
9.
Okay, good, really good. All right, so the last of these that we'll do is kind of the same. Like you got to set it up right. Like if you set it up wrong, that you have no chance. And it's easy to do. It's easy to put the number in the wrong position, the variable in the wrong position. Um, this is from geometry, but this could appear on the test. Um,
Um, 12.6 centimeters.
okay, tell me your proportion. Tell me what you put where.
Um,
And if you're not setting one up, like you really that's the only way to do these reasonably. Um, so I'm strongly suggesting you have an error in your calculation. I know it's tough because you don't have it on your screen. It's like on the test, you'll be able to label these. Um, let's see, AB is 21. There we go. Okay. Do you want to try this one more time?
yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah, for top left, that's the X.
Okay.
Under that would be 16.8,
Okay, that's fine.
and top right 28,
Okay, that works.
and bottom left 21.
That works. Okay. So the answer is not 12.6. So why don't you recalculate? You can use a calculator. You might be able to estimate it. This
So
one's pretty tough without a calculator.
Uh, I'm getting an answer that's not even one of the options.
So you're cross multiplying here.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let me double check here. I occasionally you know, don't set these up right. I'm prone to them. Well, I am getting an answer here, so that is on there. So what did you get when you multiply 28 times 16.8? You can use a calculator. This is not a, this is not a, what's the result here?
Uh, eight. Uh, 470.4.
Okay, and then you divide that by 21
22.4.
is 22.4. Very good. Okay. So the way the way that you could potentially have estimated it is the answer is about 25% more than this, which 4.2 ish. So it's not that, because these answers are pretty close together. So that's why you got to fully calculate it when you do this. All right, so we're gonna switch to a new topic here. Um, this is the most basic factoring quadratic question. You do occasionally get one just like this on there. So we'll start with more of the like worksheet type questions. Then we'll move into some story questions. Um, the two ways to approach this is you either foil all the answers, which is slow. You don't want to do that, but you could, or you have to know how to factor this. So either works for me. Um, go ahead and try solving this one for us. Or if you have questions, please ask.
Um, X plus 10 and X plus 3.
Okay, that is correct. Now, what you'll notice is that it's really the O and the I that you should be focusing in on. They all foil to x squared. If you're trying the answers, the last 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, they all do the last. So when I give you a more sophisticated problem or challenging problem here, you should recognize that you really only need to check the O and the I to get to the middle one there.
All right.
All right, so give this one a try. Maybe that'll be a little bit of a shortcut there.
Uh, X plus 4 and 3X plus 2.
So letter B.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. So just when you think you have like that down, you're like, all right, I know what to do. There's yet another kind of variation on the problem, which is that these all have a -1 in front. And so you might actually want to like factor out -1 from this. So it becomes 5x squared minus 9x minus 2. And again, you really want to look at the O and the I, the O and the I here. That's the key thing. That's the kind of stuff they're going to ask you on the test there.
Alright. Um, B,
Okay, how confident are you in your answer?
fairly confident.
Yeah, good job on that. Okay, so another type of question that you will see here, they often ask you something related to triangles or rectangles. Do you remember the area of a rectangle formula?
Um, base times width times height.
That's for volume, just base times
Uh,
height. You might see a volume problem here. Now, you probably wonder, why is he asking me that? So the other kind of type of problem you might see here is where they give you something like this, where you're they're giving you the width, or think of it as the base or the length and the width, whatever, length, width, base, height, whatever you want to go with, and you've got to find the other one. So one of these answers multiplies with this to get back to the original.
um, and I know it's 6x. Um,
You only have to check the O and the I. Well, actually, in this one, you can get away with just checking for L. Like in some of the previous ones, all the L's were the same, but this one you can actually just check for L, the last times the last.
6x plus 5.
There you go. All right. Good job. So we'll do one free response and then we'll switch to a new topic here. Um, I'm gonna give you an answer to this, because I think it's a little bit challenging as the way it's written. It says, what value of B would make this factorable? So if B were minus 23, it would work. X squared minus 23x minus 24. That factors into x minus 24x plus 1. So you can't use that one. There's more than one answer here. Um, but give me one other value that works.
Um, 5, 5.
Okay, you said 5 work.
Think so.
Okay, give me the factorization. What would this factor into?
No. Wait, X squared x equal. Wait. Uh, X plus 5.
Okay, what else?
Uh, X plus 1.
Okay, that doesn't get you to the last range. Let me try to
Oh,
explain this problem here. The the reason 23 worked is because minus 24 factors into minus 24 plus 1. And when you add these together, you get minus 23. That's why that's how you get to that B value. So you've got to find two numbers that multiply to negative 24 is what this one is really asking. Give that one more try, please.
6 and 4.
6 and 4 does not get you to negative 24. What would get you to negative 24? Like, how do you
6
get a
times,
negative
6
number?
times negative 4.
Yeah, so like 6 and negative 4 work. So what would that be?
Uh, 2.
Positive 2. Good. Okay. All right. Now we're going to switch to some story problems now. And, these always require a little bit of like joint effort to work through because they're just harder. They're just tough. Sometimes you just got to figure out what are they even looking for, asking you to do. Okay. So rather than like answer them, let's just have a dialogue about what they're asking you to do. Like, what is the right set of steps here to solve this? So read this question to yourself out loud, whatever you want. But what I'm looking for is for you to say in your own words what you're supposed to do to solve this.
Probably O and E.
What are we trying to do here? What is
Find
the
find the longest completion time.
uh okay. Yeah, but so one of the very first strategies we talked about is you should read what I call the call to action first. Like whenever you have a story problem, read this first. This tells you typically what to do. It's telling you to solve for P, to
Yeah.
solve for P. Okay. Now how to actually do it, that's a different question, but that's always a good starting point, which is like, all right, what am I even doing here? And that's where, you kind of mentioned, hey, yeah, struggling with some of these story problems. So again, we don't need to solve this problem, but what I'd like you to do is try to look at that last, sentence clause first, then go back and read it and just kind of give me a, quick synopsis of what you would do to solve this problem. We don't have to actually solve it
Um, I mean,
What is this asking you to do? Like, what does this mean?
find out how many small tensor.
Right. So there's like two types. There's small, there's large. The smalls are twos, the larges are fours.
Mhm.
The best way to do this is a table. Um, so that's one way to do it here. Like, um, but we don't need to actually solve it. It's just good to have an idea, like what are they asking for, and we can go from there.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. All right. Take a look at this problem. Again, probably best to read that last sentence first. Give me what we're solving for, what we need to do in this, please.
Uh, D.
We don't have to solve it, but
Uh,
maybe
Um,
D is correct. I just want to hear what you like. I'm trying to see if there's anything I can
I mean, I just
help you out with.
it says it started off with 4 million barrels and dropped to 1.9 million in 2013.
Right.
Um, so
I
I
definitely want.
just looked for a negative fraction first,
Right.
which was C and D.
Yep.
And then at the bottom says which one models production millions of barrels 2 years after the year 2000. So I'm guessing it was going like by 4 years or something,
Okay.
like every 4 years, and 19 would be like 1.9 million. Uh, so I just
Okay.
picked that one.
Got it. All right. That's fine. Let's again just try to talk through what we're trying to do here, and then maybe we'll solve. But like I so far I'm hearing you actually understand what to do in these word problems, which is a good thing. Really a good thing. But yeah, go ahead and take a look at this. Let me know what you see.
Is it asking like proportional to the vitamin C one, like adults?
So it just says what proportion of adults who received a sugar pill, like this tells you everything actually. The rest of it's actually garbage, like unnecessary. So this is the only information you care about. Sugar pills, and then those who got a cold. Right.
Mm.
And that's where like reading the rest of it is unnecessary. You just go from right here back to the table, grab your information and go. Um, we did one of the reasons the YouTube channel is up there is so you can go back and like rewatch your lessons. If you have time, I might rewatch like some of the first few lessons where we covered test taking strategies. You'll definitely see something there. So here's the answer space to a problem here. The mean, just for reference here, you add the numbers, add up, and you divide by the number of numbers. The median, you have to put the numbers in order, and then you find the middle number. And then the mode is the most common number. All right, so like we don't need to know what this problem is, but like you have to be able to calculate the mean, the median, and mode. You probably saw a question like that on there. And you know, if you can just refresh yourself on some of the stuff, that's just one more question that you'll answer. All right.